I mean, I can flame people.
Maybe. I mean,
Wow.
all these people are higher MMR than Obi, so it's always fun. You're gonna see a
I
lot
hate
of
to
pep
see it.
plays, but at least they're not Obi pep plays.
Well, so Obi at least hits the enemy gamers, so that's all I can really ask.
I mean, I also fuck up the creep equilibrium every time.
Alright, we have a first
I mean,
pick Lena,
yes.
followed by Night Stalker
I
Mirana.
still got pods.
Oh, I hate Dota 2 so much.
What? Obi, you'd be picking like Omni Knight or something dumb.
What?
That's true, actually.
Oh my god, I feel attacked.
I mean,
You
Obi,
should.
you joined, so this is just a flame Obi stream until the game starts.
I haven't played Omni Knight since.
You haven't played Omni since the incident. Like, don't give me the shit.
You know what you were getting into, Obi.
Less than a month ago. Did I win this match?
No,
Was it
I mean, you
solo?
probably did.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, it was when I was saying, hey, why don't you not pick, something.
Let's talk about these bans a little bit. We have Warlock, Dazzle Sand King from the Radiant. We have Riki, Bane, Leshrac by the Dire. So
They're probably just targeted bans, honestly.
I don't
Still
think this
good
game is my
heroes.
fault.
Obi, who cares about
No
your
one
game?
cares! I told you not to pick it and you picked it and then you lost.
Oh
What's
my
that to say?
gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just having the Trugent effect right now, where I blame everyone besides myself.
Who cares? Let's talk about this Centaur pick.
It's good centaur pick. Good against. It's good against Night Stalker, it's good against Mirage.
The
I
hero
mean,
is good.
it's okay against Mirage.
Wraith King ban, Viper ban. Viper good against
I
Centaur.
don't know why they banned Viper.
I mean,
Centaur.
I know
I mean,
Dire likes to pick Viper.
I mean, Dire is the one who banned Viper, so that's
Yeah.
why I'm confused.
Oh.
I don't
Make a
think
good
that
one.
hero is particularly good against other teams.
Is it good against Night Stalker? I don't
Not
think
really.
so.
I mean, it kind of is, but like, I don't think Viper's very good heroes.
I guess in theory, Atosing him and then breaking him is
Oh, so
not
bad.
terrible, but
I mean, I don't think you need to ban Ursa if you're picking Lifestealer.
I feel like Radiant's bans are much better than Dire's.
I mean, Radiant banned good heroes and Dire banned
Ursa.
Wow, excellent analysis,
Viper, Ursa, and
Obi.
Ricky.
Wow, Radiant banned good hero. Obi, you have to give
I'm-
examples here.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
Oh, are we actually casting? I thought we weren't casting because there were like 20 other people casting.
I mean, Obi, if you're gonna like,
if you're gonna cast, can you cast and not swing?
Okay, I'll cast.
Okay.
I personally think
it's like
Warlock's
Obi, I'd rather like you not be just in the background saying, "Wow, Dota 2." It's like, come on, dude.
Alright, this is a professional stream.
Alright, they picked Lich, they lost. Game's over, they can't win.
I don't think that hero's very good.
Lich is not good against any of Dire's heroes, I don't know. Alright, Jakira is a very good hero.
Heroes are very solid position 5.
It
I
is
like the
very
hero a lot
good.
right
I mean,
now.
it's pretty. It's okay against Centaur.
I like the Dire draft a lot
Jakira
more just based on these picks. Like, you have Jakira, Lifestealer, solid lane. You have Mirana, Night Stalker, pretty solid as a lane. This is a safe lane Lich, so they have to be going like Juggernaut or something, right?
I mean,
They try to run this Lich jug.
I don't think there's much else you can pick with a Lich. I don't know how I feel about Jakira against Lina, honestly.
I mean, Jakira Lifestealer is a really strong lane. You have the dual breath harass, and then like as an offlane player,
it's good against Centaur.
I mean, as an offlane player, playing Centaur into that lane is really rough. I mean, you have Lina, which has more attack range against the Jakiro, but
I don't know.
I think even with the Lina's really long range, it's still hard to contest the CSS Centaur.
I mean, if this Lina just walks up, they're gonna die. So
Yeah.
if the Lina doesn't walk up, they can hit them. But We'll see, I guess.
Because like the lifestealer just kind of hits the centaur, and the Jakiro slows him.
What? What's Radiant thinking about? Like, there's not many heroes that you can be thinking about.
Picking their safe laner here.
Yeah, they're probably picking the. They could be picking a mid. Sven? I mean, sure. That's fine, I think.
I don't think it's terrible. I think it's fine.
It's fine. I mean, it's a hero that can lane against Night Stalker, so it's not that bad. Right,
(10초 남았습니다.
what is Radiant picking for their mid here?
5초 남았습니다.
I don't know what this mid player plays, otherwise this would be much easier to predict. Let's see what's good.
Is Sven that good of a laner against Night Stalker? I mean, he has
It's fine.
a lot of armor,
It's
so
decent.
it's.
He has a lot of armor, you can just go jungle at some point.
I mean, I don't
Once it hits
necessarily know how I
night,
feel
it's like-
about just a Lich Sven lane, but
I mean, it's something. It's not literally
ideally you put the Frost Shield on the Centaur later on, but. I mean, do you almost
know.
go Lich Centaur offlane?
nothing. Honestly, yeah, probably.
레디언트
I mean, I feel like it's.
영웅을 선택할 차례입니다.
What then? Is the Luna still at position
I
4?
feel like Radiant was not going to pick that market, but
You never know.
Probably not.
it is not good against 3 of the heroes.
They just kind of run at the Death Prophet, and she's really sad.
10초 남았습니다.
I don't know, Radiant needs some kind of hero that just runs at people. I
5초
don't think
남았습니다.
DP does that.
I mean, Radiant has a lot of
영웅을 선택할
tankiness
차례입니다.
already, so
영웅을 선택.
Yeah.
that's a
Clinks
Clinks
is-
pick.
I don't know what Dire picks. Is this an OD game?
I mean,
I don't know how good it is against Clinks actually. It's probably pretty bad.
you probably want a hero that can just. Well, I guess they're going with Tinker.
영웅을
Tinker.
선택하십시오.
I mean, they can't really
guess.
catch the Tinker at any point,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's a really weird game because Dire doesn't really have like tower push that isn't the lifestealer.
I mean,
So
you have like Jakiro, so the creeps is gonna live forever, so I don't think it really matters.
I mean, yeah, but if you're Radiant, you have a lot of D push with Lena. You have the Lich
know.
Frost Blast. You have
I feel like you just have this lifestealer hang a building, and then this Jakiro just liquid fires the tower, and they can't really go on.
I mean, I think a lot of it'll just come down to how these lanes turn out.
Yeah, probably.
When the Lifestealer presses his Q button and then walks up to hit the buildings, what do they do about that?
They wait for the Q to wear off.
I
and then
mean,
they
you can
stun
Frost
him
Shield the
after.
tower, so.
That's true.
Yeah,
Frost Shield's a
something.
really good spell.
Wow, expert OP analysis.
I mean, is he wrong? Oh.
I'm asking a question.
What? That was a statement.
What's
Frost Shield is a really good spell. That's not a question, OP.
He asked a question before. Oh.
What?
is Frost Shield 60% damage reduction?
Yeah.
Well, we'll
So
see
then
in
after two?
like 5 seconds.
It's 30, 40, 50, 60. Unless they changed it.
That sounds right. It's been a minute since I've seen that hero picked.
Alright, on your Radiant side, you have Zend on the Sven. We have Big Boy on the Clinks. I don't know what his actual name is. We have Jin on the position 4 Lina with the 4 Mango start. We have Roteran on the Lich, position 5, laning with the Sven with 2 Clarities. I'm sure TrueGent loves that. And we have Wolf on the
Really
Centaur
love
with
to
a
see
pretty solid early build. On the Dire side, we have Funzo on the Night Stalker going on the Sven. putting some harass in. Doesn't look like they really have a lot to follow up. We have Vex on the Lifestealer. We have Boop X on the Tinker with pretty standard Tinker items
30초
to
후
start.
전투가 시작됩니다.
We have Drayden on the Jakiro with 4 tangos plus 1 shared tango, so someone gave a bit too many tangos. And they're interesting, they're starting the Jakiro bottom. Or not starting bottom, it looks like it's just a tri-lane
They forced out the war
for
cards.
the Maroon. Marana already has a Bassi played by Jorv. So you cannot buy Ring of Protection at side shop, so that's why he has the Bassi to start, and they're harassing this Lich down pretty well. I mean, he's just dead. A bit out of place by the Lich getting arrowed there. As far as the bounty runes, it went just 2-2. You pull up this CS graph. I mean, a lot of this, I feel like, should be on the bottom lane where there's a lot of kill potential. Because you have this very volatile lane setup. As far as the wards go, there are one Dire mid, one Radiant mid. Arrow hit bottom, Lich is dead again. There's a Dire ward here that gives really good vision of how the Lich is moving. And just gives pretty much free arrows. We have... Wait, did they kill a ward? In the Radiant? Like, why is there a Dire sentry there?
It's blocking the camp.
It's blocking
Oh,
the camp.
I didn't see the camp block.
Yeah. It's a pretty good ward. Because you can't sentry the... If you sentry the base of the camp, you don't catch it, so...
I mean, you can do the bottom middle and you catch it, I think.
Yeah, you can-
But like, people aren't gonna do that most of the time.
That's one of the camps that you can get a sentry that covers 100% of
Yeah.
the area inside the camp.
Like, a lot of people aren't gonna do that, so...
I mean, that's both pulls, right? Or is the Dire pull like you can tango a tree?
The die one?
Yeah. The Dire one,
Yeah,
you tango a
you
tree
can-
and you get
You
it?
can get one. You can get the entire camp.
It's really dumb how they made sentries so large now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Lina
cool.
going on Jakiro top lane. Doesn't look like it's gonna be a kill, but
He doesn't have Dragon Slave,
I
unfortunately.
mean, I feel like you should just throw out an LSA and hope for the best at that point, but... As far as CS goes, Centaur is doing really well in this lane, surprisingly.
This Mirana is not connected to the game code. That might be an issue going forward for the Dire team.
I can see how that would be a bit of a problem.
Feels like this Sven's having a really tough time with his Lich dying twice early on.
I think he's doing fine. It's not great, but he's ahead of XP.
I mean, he's been...
Solo
I
XP.
mean, his Lich is also still level 1, so...
Oh yeah, but like, level 2 on Lich doesn't do much most of the time, so...
I mean, just having both your Frost Blast and Frost Shield up is really good, I think.
I mean,
Like, they can't
I don't know.
really kill either way, but just having Frost Shield up...
I mean, this Lich is just getting arrowed. Frost Shield doesn't really help though. It helps if the Sven's getting gone up, but...
This Lena's
Very-
doing a really good job of making sure that... Like, they don't really get off that many pulls. Like,
No,
if
this
this
is kinda what I
Centaur is
meant
just
about-
allowed to farm at his tower like this, it's really convenient.
Yeah, this is what I kind of meant about Lina against Jakiro. Like, this Jakiro can't do anything to his Lina, almost. So Lina just hits them. Yeah,
Shakiro has 0
Damage
items,
is
oh no.
something.
Yeah,
this
No,
Jakiro should really consider buying some items. And also not having Liquid Fire on autocast. I think that would really help them out.
Hey, he's having a tough time, please understand.
I don't know, this Jakiro has 450 gold. And he has bought no items.
I mean, he's probably just going back to base at this point.
Yeah.
We have a Soul Ring up on Tinker, flying out to him. He's going
Oh.
202, so no point in Rocket just for possible harass, and he's not saving points either, so... Pretty interesting.
I'm not a Tinker player, so I'm unable to comment. I don't know.
We have Centaur stomping top, trying to go on this Lifestealer, but a bit late on the LSA, he just rages it
I
off.
don't know. This lifesteal is honestly doing fine for having his Jakiro get bullied out of lane really early.
중부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
The Jakiro did bring the lifestealer's blade of attack, so that's going to be helpful.
But regen rune on the Clinks. He is... I mean, mid's about even.
Yeah. It's about expected, honestly.
I mean, he has double Wraith Band who's going wand, so...
All these lanes are super even, honestly. Actually, just kidding. Those 2 kills bot really putting the Night Stalker ahead.
Alright,
Serana is
Jakiro's-
disconnected again.
Mirana's disconnected, Jakiro's probably dead top because Centaur's really far. I mean, this is worth if Centaur gets the kill, but...
He probably will.
Did he miss a wave? I didn't see.
Huh? No? He wouldn't have, no.
Oh, they pulled, that's why.
Yeah, he wouldn't have. Yeah, Shakira's dead.
I mean, tough times for pretty much both safe lanes. I guess the Radiant have a bit easier of a safe
Well,
lane
this-
because Night Stalker's just...
This lifestealer's doing very well,
Steeler's
actually.
doing fine. He's 26 and 4.
He's top net worth. Like,
He's top
he's
CS.
not doing poorly. By any means.
Yeah.
Just Sven's having a much harder time.
It's kind of weird that Lifestealer's having such great farm with that.
I
I
mean,
mean, I guess it's just space creation, a lot of it.
I don't know, a lot of it is just this Lena's just hitting the Jakiro and not kind of stopping the lifesteal. Like, he only really is hitting the lifesteal like once. So this lifesteal's really just had a 1v1 against Centaur, which is fine for lifesteal, honestly.
Oh yeah, but I don't know, it's just
It's something.
really weird.
Let's see.
See
This
if
this Night Stalker is saving up 1k gold.
probably just
I don't know what for.
this Lich really likes to catch arrows.
I mean,
Hey,
they're getting
he's
both
just-
runes bot, so that's actually
That's
다이아의
4 runes by the Radiant.
공격받고 있습니다.
yeah. That's 4 runes for Radiant for a Lich kill for the Dire. It's pretty worth.
Oh yeah, especially if you're this Clink's hero who... I mean, he's gonna get a bunch of creeps under his tower, but...
I don't know, Sven really needed those bounties, I think. He's having a very rough game.
I mean, I don't think his game gets any easier with Night Stalker now.
I mean, it doesn't, but those runes are...
I don't really like a Clink's pick into a Night Stalker, honestly.
I mean,
It's like Clink's doesn't really want to build this Pike type item to help him escape the silence.
yeah. He's going Medallion Brown Boost Axe, so he's gonna be very squishy for a long time.
And Night Stalker has his phase boots on the courier, so probably
Yeah,
trying
you
to
can
make him
definitely-
move. I don't really like the Dire just leaving the Sven alone for 30-40 seconds like they did though. I mean, now they're pressuring him, but I feel like you can just...
I don't know, I don't think it's that big of a deal. He only got like what, half a wave and like 1 jungle. It's not.
They're trying to go on the Marana,
I mean,
but he has leaps up, so
yeah,
very
hard
ambitious
to go.
play. And Lich catches another arrow. This is 4 arrows, 4 deaths. Looks like it.
Sven's not gonna get the kill.
Yeah, it's...
He might die.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Or not. He does, Night Stalker
no, he
doesn't
has-
have mana. He's fine.
Night Stalker doesn't have a stick! Come on, dude.
다이어의 상부
What?
포탑이
Here's where he buys the stick true chain. Meanwhile in the
He
top
actually
lane...
bought the stick. What the?
Meanwhile in the top lane, Jakiro dying. Nothing special.
That's rude. Come on, man.
What? He's making space, dude. Come on.
How are you gonna bully my man Jakiro?
Centaur would almost be dead if he infested, dodged the LSA, but that's a really big brain move.
I just still don't think he does.
It's close.
He has phase boots on cooldown. Can't catch up it.
It's like Centaur at about 160 health and the infest is 150 magic damage.
I mean, yeah, but you can't catch up to hit him afterwards, so... Like, open winds is on cooldown for another 5 seconds. Phase boots are on cooldown.
I don't know if I like this Centaur skill build, but I think having 1 point in double edge is super value.
It's a life stealer, so...
I mean,
See
yeah.
why you want more points than... Other stuff. I don't know.
This Lich is
Alright.
just having a rough game. Man.
I'm guessing Lich caught another arrow.
Yeah, I'm
He
guessing.
did.
Pretty rough.
This is a rough Lich game.
Sven has his phase boots. Sven going for a very weird skill build.
I think 0 points in cleave is very bad this game.
I mean, I don't know who he's trying to kill. Meanwhile, Klink's making a top lane rotation. He only kills the Jakiro though, so both position 5s doing very good space creation.
These 5s are having a rough time of it.
I mean, they're position 5s, so
I mean, yeah.
레디언트의 하부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Jakiro has 645 net worth.
I mean that'll do it.
Yeah.
The Centaur is cutting the wave. Meanwhile, we have a Stampede bottom. So Sven trying to get out of dodge. Not in the clear yet though. Nobody's rotating for him. Very nice. Lich has his TP on cooldown in his top
Where's
lane.
the Radiant team?
Not here apparently.
It's okay. TP
Is this where you just move Sven
Sven.
top?
Maybe. I think this Centaur's just rushing a blink, right?
I don't think the
I don't-
Sven can lane against the lifestealer.
He cannot, because he is level 5.
Yes, he's level 5, lifestealer is level 7.
I don't know where's this Sven supposed to go. Like, he can't lane in any of these lanes. I mean, he can't jungle.
This
because
Centaur
it's
just
0
dead?
points clear. No. Maybe? No.
I mean, if he gets the Starstorm, yeah,
No.
that's rough. Morana with a very good earn purchase. Very solid
Wow.
item. Would recommend.
See how many runes people get.
It's 2 to 2.
It's like 2 and 2.
It's fine for
I
both
mean,
teams.
nighttime is over. Nightstalker has a point in his ult, so has it kind of on demand. He's going drum on Nightstalker, which is very
He
interesting.
has no mana.
Sven's got a double damage room and he's at the top.
Okay.
This could be a kill.
He has ult up in 3. They have Moonlight Shadow though, so
I think the lifestealer knows.
yeah, they probably
They,
spotted it
they,
out.
had, they had a vision of him.
I mean, Radiant have 2 cores top and 1 core walking mid, so it's a lot of space for the Tinker and the Nightstalker, and a little bit
How's
for
the Tinker
Jakiro
doing?
You could
too.
probably at least take this tower.
Tinker just got bots, so it's alright.
His Tinker is pretty much just free farming because they don't really have anyone to like contest. This Centaur is gonna have a blink soon though, so they do take the tier 1 top though, so it's a lot of
I think that was a
like
really
at least
good
they get
rotation
something
by
out of
the
that rotation because that would have felt really bad if they wouldn't have been able
This
to.
Sven really needs points in his cleave spell.
I mean, this Sven, I think, like the Clinks rotate top, like yeah they get the tower, but I don't know where Sven's supposed to farm now.
Yeah. It's kind of the problem.
I don't know, he's using Stormhammer to farm, so
I mean, it's something.
I mean it's 240 magic damage.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, looking mid, there's another Lich dying. I assume he copped an arrow.
Arrow is on cooldown, so that is going double drum. I don't know.
Alright,
how
why
I-
was that Night Stalker Dark Ascension so loud?
Why is this Clink's like AFK?
This is
Yeah, Blinks is
He's
fine.
not dead.
No, he's dead.
Just
He was
kidding.
dusted.
How-
I didn't see it.
Oh, was he dusted?
Yeah.
I didn't see the dust. I don't know why Dai is going double drum.
I thought that was a Lich dieback at first, but he's just level 5.
Yeah.
Or a Lich buyback. Anyways,
just
Tinker's
space for Sven.
Tinker's pretty farmed. He's going towards his blink now.
Sven still isn't getting points in his cleave, which
I don't really know how they're gonna be able to catch this Tinker, and with the Lifestealer going Midas, and Sven's also going Midas, but he's gonna be getting it at a severely later time than the Lifestealer, because Lifestealer already has that plus 1,000 gold.
One of these drums on guys should be a medallion. I don't know why they're going double drum.
how is this Sven supposed to catch up in farm if he doesn't have
바이어의
cleave?
상부 포탑이 공격받고
He just doesn't.
Rana getting picked, or Lena getting picked off with the Invis rune from the
Radiant having
Night
no
Stalker.
detection. Okay.
no detection on the heroes. The Centaur does have his blink though, so there's a lot of weight on the Centaur's back trying to get this game back into a decent
레디언트의
position for the Radiant team.
공격받고 있습니다.
Yeah.
Like, they have to just get a lot of pickoffs. I mean, he's getting one on Marana. Marana not having any leaps up, if he can catch up. It's a lot of gold for him. I think Centaur's... Yeah, Centaur is top net worth on Radiant
On the Radiant. Yeah.
as we move over to net worth.
This Sven is having a rough.
Sven is 6th on net worth, so he is pretty much as close to the position for Marana as he is to the Lifestealer in net worth, so...
He's 5th in net
His
worth.
fault
Come on.
though. Having 1 point in cleave at level 8 just like hinders your hero so much.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's fine if you can kill people, but
But like
your support has 5 deaths in the first 10.
He's 0, 1, and 0.
Yes.
Night Stalker barely surviving mid to, I assume, a Lina combo.
Yeah. Just a
Wow.
full Lina
And the
combo.
tip coming out too.
Incredible. It's
Sven
really
has
tipped him.
Midas now.
He's on the long road to recovery. I mean, this Night Stalker doesn't really have the best net worth either, but he has a drum instead of like double bracer or something.
Chris going axe.
Yeah, but the Sven's supposed to be competing with a life stealer.
This Night Stalker doesn't really have mana for Ags, but I don't know. Like, he can't build Urn because Marana has an Urn.
There's 0 medallions on there, so
I don't know.
I don't know why it doesn't spell.
I feel like this farm trade favors Dire a little bit, but only because Lifestealer is going for Radiance.
Yeah.
Let's see what the word exchange looks like. It's gonna be 2 and 2.
2-2.
Pretty standard. Dire making a smoke play through the Radiant Woods. I don't know how they catch up to people though. Like, there's the Night Stalker, but
Tinker has
I
a
mean,
blink
Void into
dagger.
Arrow, honestly.
I mean,
That's kind of it.
I feel like the only person you're really catching that is Lich.
You
I
can
mean, they do have
catch
Stampede
so
for everyone else, so if it's not Lich getting caught, then
That's true.
they're going on the Centaur mid, and Stampede comes out immediately, dodges the arrow, but the Sven tanks it in the back.
This one is very dead. That's a chain frost.
And there's just a lot of havoc in the fight as Dire trade
Spells.
2 of their heroes for 3 on Radiant, but just both Dire supports. The fight still going with Night Stalker trying to kill this Clinks and Lina dying to Tinker Rockets. That is a 4 for 2
Clink's
trade.
almost dead. No. No dust.
Meanwhile,
Very-
Lifestealer just having the time of his life in the top lane.
Very wacky fight. Slicer almost has a relic at 16 minutes.
Fight did bad for Radiant at first when all the Jakiro spells missed.
I don't know, that's been getting arrowed is very
Yeah.
rough for Radiant, I think.
I mean, yeah, it was nice for the Centaur to dodge it, but the Sven just
Yeah.
tanks it right afterwards. Very unfortunate.
Very rough.
Yeah, Clinks is a bit over halfway to his Ags. I think
How do you
that's
guys
like
feel about-
the big.
I don't know. Dire currently has 3 people farming the top jungle.
공격받고 있습니다.
How do you guys feel about this Night Stalker going for an Ags instead of something else?
I mean, I don't think he has the mana to sustain it, but we'll see.
He needs a crust, I think.
Yeah, I like solar.
I don't know. He's like buying clarities. If you can buy clarities, I don't think you should buy an axe.
Tinker over almost has his ether lens, has his blink up already. Lena almost has her lens as well, just needs a couple hundred gold to finish out the recipe. Centaur finishing up his vanguard, going for a blade mail. Not sure that's the item. I think a pipe is super good, especially trying to push against this Tinker, but I guess he just wants to try to mitigate the damage. We have a Night Stalker going on Centaur, not sure exactly where he's going, but
Just kind of testing the waters, honestly.
forced a lot of rotations out, which is very solid. But
Smoke from the
Sven not really farming to take advantage of, or not Sven not really farming on the other side. They're trying to get this lifesteal before he finishes the radiance, but he can just do that. I don't know. I feel like having 1 point in Sinister Gaze at level 7 is pretty value just to be able to instantly catch the lifestealer. We have the blink reveal by the Tinker. Night Stalker getting pretty low here. And Marana just pretty much leaping into her death. That's already 2 down for the Dire.
Not worth the dire.
I mean, they knew there were 4 heroes there. I guess they
I
just
don't know, like,
saw the Centaur and wanted to go on him. Like, this Centaur has 2200 health. He is really tanky.
he has 12 arm.
I mean, yeah, but they don't really have a lot of physical damage, so...
He has the big number, GD.
What do you guys think this Sven is saving up for with this 2.4k gold?
I mean, I'd like to say Echo Saber, but it could
I
just be a
hope
blink.
it's not a blink. He bought a Sage. He's doing yesterday, I guess.
Pretty
also
outdated build,
bought
but it does give him
Salve.
a lot of HP and a lot of status res, but...
He bought a salve when he is at full health.
Okay, Sven being gone on in the top lane, just being run down. Centaur trying to counter-initiate. The Sven is in pretty much no man's land. And Centaur soon to follow.
Centaur's very big.
Centaur trying to save his Sven hero without ultimate. Meanwhile,
Wow,
Lifestealer
this-
just
Life Stealer.
This is farming.
having the time of his life.
Lifesteal did not use Infest to farm the ancient camp, and that makes me sad.
Wow, we can't all be amazing 3k farmers like you, True Gent.
It's one spell, dude. Come on. Oh, Lifesteal, get
And
the
looking at
rune.
20-minute runes, we have
Ooh, get the rune.
Oh, he
Oh, he
got
bought
the
the rune
rune.
game.
What a
3
player.
by 3 by Dire, 1 by Radiant as his Clink snags it.
Clink's got it.
Lifestealer just chasing this Clinks around Invis. Very nice. Alright, the Clink's Ags is up, so that is one item for Radiant to try to fight around.
It's 20-minute Midas Radiance.
Yeah, pretty solid timing by the Lifestealer, just doing the farm game. He doesn't really have a target to jump into though. Like the Night Stalker isn't getting a blink, he's getting an Ags. But even just running in should be fine for the Lifestealer this game, I
The
feel
Night
like.
Stalker
He
is-
doesn't really need one.
The Night Stalker's really fast, so I think
I don't
that's
know.
fine.
Honestly, if it gets to the point where he has to be the one going in, he can just buy a blink. It's honestly not pretty. It's honestly pretty good this game.
Alright, Sven indeed going for an SNY, has the Sanj up. About halfway to his Yasha. We have Lena who has her Ether Lens up. And just getting the Tome to hit level 10. Lich no items. Centaur pretty much has his Blade Mail up. Just a couple hundred gold from that. Night Stalker over halfway to his Ags. Lifestealer going Halberd, so trying to get some status res and evasion. Just to stack with the Radiance. We have Tinker halfway to his Ags. Just a lot of missiles, some bouncing lasers. Jakiro no items, and Mirana almost has her Vessel up, so that'll be very nice against the Centaur. And the Sven, because, I mean, he's not going to have a BKB anytime soon.
Yeah, Halberd's really good this game on the fast team. We have Radiant has like 3 heroes that want to be right clicking in fights, so.
Yeah, both teams pretty much just
Halberd, any one of them.
trading farm right now, but I feel like this has to favor the Dire.
This Night Stalker's only 650 gold away from his.
Like, the Dire's just being allowed to farm during daytime without having to use Night Stalker ult, so that's pretty big.
Sven just like can't really farm anywhere. Honestly. Like wherever he goes, it's gonna be a lifesteal or a night
I
storm.
mean, I feel like Radiant have to try to smoke up and do something almost. Like, there's not. Yeah, they,
They
smoked now.
They see the enemy.
I don't know
team.
why they smoked as 5 though. You don't need to.
공격받고 있습니다.
If you have all your heroes off the map, Dire are gonna know. Alright, let's see if the Centaur can land a stun on this Lifestealer. It almost has to be the Centaur. I feel like the Sven stun is way too late. Yeah.
I mean, they get the Jakiro.
I mean, they have the Ags on the Cling, so it's a lot of damage on this Night Stalker, but... I mean, they're all 5 just chasing the Night Stalker. They should get him, but... Alright, this Mirana just sleeping into it.
A should tie too.
Hey, this Mirana has very ambitious goals, and I respect that. I mean, it's 3 kills, none of them on the Lifestealer, none of them on the Tinker, so... Not the worst fight for Dire, all things
I don't know how they're
considered.
supposed to stun this lifesteal.
I just completely forgot about the Tinker this game. He's just been farming away.
About a 1600 gold, 2500 XP change, so...
I don't know how Dire Radiant's supposed to kill this lifesteal.
I mean,
Like, they have, like,
eventually, if you
instance.
feed off his supports, there might be a chance to where they just are able to pick him off, but I feel like their ace in the hole has to be the Sinister Gaze True Gen.
Well, yes, but
Or,
this is level 1.
like, a Tree LSA, so... Like, you need a... Like,
I mean, I
you're
don't
never
know how
hitting a
it's
Sven
gonna
stun,
fight.
you're never hitting a Centaur stun, so...
You can't kill him in fights, so he just kind of kills you. It's like
I mean, I think they can 100 to 0 them if they just chain stun, but you have to get the initial stun. That's
you
the
have to
big
get
issue.
the gaze off, and it's 500 cast, so...
I mean, like I said, you can get the LSA from Fog if... I mean, he has Ether and the
Yeah.
cast range, so...
For some reason there were 2 observer wards by the Dire in the same location, so... Very questionable, but it is what it is. It's Tinker's March of the Machining in a location where there are no creeps.
Well, he's just practicing, dude, come on.
Runes are spawning in 5 seconds.
Looks like it'll
Are we
just be
gonna go
another 2-2
2-2?
trade. Very nice, very nice.
It's nighttime
I mean,
again.
it's nighttime and Night Stalker pretty much has his Ags, so... See if Dire try to play around that. I feel like a Blink would have been really good this game on the Night Stalker, honestly. Because if you, like, silence and then blink in, there really aren't any Radiant heroes that can do anything about that.
Yeah.
Like, Centaur can just Stampede away, but if you're using a Stampede for a Blink cooldown, that's very it's very, favoring the Dire.
Dire's
At the same time, though, I feel
feel
pretty middling about, like, the Dire besides Lifestealer and Tinker in terms of keeping up farm. Because this Night Stalker doesn't have a Midas, he doesn't have a crest, it's just an Ags, so...
This Night Stalker isn't really farming.
This is a really long smoke rotation.
I mean, they're trying to catch this Sven. He blinks.
We'll have
He went for the blink after the Sanj. He's probably getting caught by this. Yeah, he just gets arrowed, and this should just be a dead Sven.
it
And
ended up working out.
they Stampede after the kill, so Stampede's down. Looks like they'll just trade tier 2s. Maybe they'll defend this. I mean, it's really rough for the Radiant to defend this without the Sven up, but...
You really should not defend this.
Yeah, it looks like it'll just be a tier 2 for tier 2 trade. Lena getting off some good LSA damage, but... Unfortunate no one gets the last hit. Lich going for a Force Staff. Klinks has his Ags. Klinks also almost has a Force Staff. He just really needs one. Centaur going Pipe. Sven has to go BKB after the SNY. Pretty much no damage coming out from the Sven, but...
Centaur swapped to a BKB.
A BKB, that's interesting.
I think I like the pipe better.
Yes, Clinks isn't buying a BKB. So...
And we see a fight going on the bottom. Klinks is silenced, can't really do anything. Sven turning with the God Strength. Able to get the Night Stalker down, but... Okay, Tinker being caught in the fight as well. I don't know why he's in the middle of there, but...
Sven just manned up and he got him.
Lifesteal looking like he's going to die as well.
Yeah,
Dusted again, so that's a really big fight from the Radiant.
he could have purged the dust with Rage, but I think he still does.
Yeah, because the Moonlight Shadow was about to wear off anyways.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I mean, that's just a rough fight from the Dire trying to fight into that weird choke point. Because, like, if you're Radiant, you can TP to that tier 2, you can TP to the Shrine. Like, you have this Ags Klinks up to where he just has skeletons everywhere.
After that fight,
Alright, Centaur looking like he's dying bottom. Has the Blade Mail up. That's another Stampede used.
Just fight?
what happened? Is it just like AFK or?
How did that Lich get out? Was Void on cooldown?
He just, yeah, pretty much.
It's really weird. Anyways, this is pretty much an even game now after that fight.
So
Yeah,
that
pretty
fight and they took the bottom tower.
I mean, this Sven is third net worth, almost like it's about 1,000 or about 1,500 from his BKB. So
this Night Stalker can farm now, so that's something.
I mean, he can farm, but it's a lot of mana used, honestly. Like, I know it's an AoE, but I don't know. I feel like if he has a crest and then Ags, it's just a lot more sustainable.
I mean, it is, but it's something.
Force Staff up for Clink, so he can get out of the silence at a decent rate now. Tinker has his Ags. Jakiro going Glimmer. Morana going Crest. I guess Morana has a lot of utility items, which is always nice. I just feel for Dire's fights, because you have a Tinker at the end of the day. Like, you don't have this lead up stun into a Tinker. Like, you have a Night Stalker creating a lot of space, but
Yeah.
it's just hard for them to, like, get into fights, I think, for the Dire. Like, Radiant has this Blink Centaur Stomp, they have, like, this Blink Stormhammer. Alright, Jakiro being caught with a Chain Frost, but doesn't really look like a lot happening from that. There's Sven popping his BKB, going on the Lifestealer, actually getting popped by the Sven plus the Lina. Should have a ton of rocket spam. We have a jump by the Sven again, killing the Jakiro. These Sven jumps are actually doing a lot of work here. But we have Tinker just cleaning up after this fight. Like, Radiant staying way too long against a Tinker. And we have a Courier in the middle lane. Shagbark just hanging out there, trying to see what's happening.
He wants to fight too, man.
I didn't see who got the runes. I guess Radiant got 2 at 30
got
minutes,
2.
and the bottom 2 are still there.
Still 2 for Dire to take.
Yeah, that fight looked super bad for the Dire at first, with just Lifesteal getting picked off, but Radiant overextending a little bit.
This Sven is now top net worth, so...
Like, if you're not Sven on Radiant, you're super susceptible to all this spam. I guess Centaur has a lot of health too, but... The Centaur doesn't really have any way if he gets stunned though. Sven at least has a BKB. I don't know, I think the Centaur really needs a pipe. It'll be interesting to see how this BKB works out for him. So, I mean, as Centaur, ideally you want to get hit, but I don't know, maybe he just thinks that he needs to be the one, like, being in these fights and stunning. We have Clinks going on Mirana bottom, should be a kill.
Rana messed up her second lead.
And we have a Stampede going out, Jakiro should be the trade. Or not the trade, Jakiro should be.
Dead as well.
And they're chasing Night Stalker as well. I mean, it's daytime, and Dark Ascension is on cooldown, so BKB pop from Sven looks like it should just be a kill. I mean, they're not killing Tinker, but they're pretty much mopping up their 3 through 5.
Radiant has a net worth lead now.
His Lifestealer has a Vanguard and not the Basher first for the Abyssals, so it blocks some Sven damage and some skeleton damage, but I don't know. Don't feel like that's that big of a difference. Heals up for the Lena, has a Glimmer and her stash. BKB up for the Centaur, so we'll have it for next fight. 10-second BKB. Force Staff up for the Lich. Sven BKB S and Y. And looks like he just has 2k gold on top of that. Klink's going for the full pike after the Force Staff. Night Stalker, BKB almost up, just needs the recipe. Lifestealer, as I mentioned, going for that Abyssal. Tinker just sitting on 2,700 gold, probably deciding whether he wants to go a Dagon or a Hex or an E-Blade or something. Jakiro still struggling to get his Glimmer, very sad times. And Mirana still trying to get her Solar Crest.
Centaur ult used.
Stampede used top. Doesn't look like anything will come from it. I don't know, I still feel for the Dire trying to get into these fights. Like, if you're this Lifestealer, yeah, it's hard to kill you, but it's really hard to really get on any of Radiant's lineup that isn't the Lich.
His Lifestealer's build doesn't let him go at people.
Like, even the Lich can
It's
Frost
out.
Shield himself, and it's really hard, because he has a Force Staff now.
And this Lich needs a blink, not this Lich, this Lifestealer needs a blink on.
I feel like we have a BKB used on the Sven just for the Mirana. We have Night Stalker just being blown up by all his spells. Klink's being just blown up as well. We have a Chain Frost just going through, not really doing a lot.
Good
There's
trade for the Dire.
5 billion skeletons in the middle lane. Yeah, Dire trading Klink's for Night Stalker. It's about an even trade, honestly. They're both third on net worth on their respective teams.
상금은 내 거야.
Just a rune trade as well.
레디언트의 하부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
I think it probably favors the Dire.
Slightly.
I mean, a little bit, just based on how much Klink's needs farm compared to how much Night Stalker does.
Yeah. Clinks is also worth more gold. At the same time. Tinker's going for a Hex.
And we have Dire positioning for high ground. Probably won't be able to do it though, just because of all the deep push and Klink's being up in 12. Sven saving up gold still, 4,600 gold on him.
Probably we're a Daedalus or something? MKB.
Centaur going for the Lotus Orb, very nice against the Tinker and the Lifestealer.
레디언트의 하부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Lich going Glimmer, Lena going for an Ag, so a lot of pure damage coming out of there. Can pretty much just chunk down the Lifestealer at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much dies in one gaze at that point.
Sven going MKB. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we have Centaur getting caught out using his BKB, and Chain Frost going out. Clinks is very speedy, trying to move away, but he has Dust on him, so he should be going down here.
Very dead.
Just in the middle of 5 heroes at that point. This team just pretty much has to sack him. Did they take the tower there too?
I think this
Yeah.
Lich is dead.
Yeah.
This is dead to me.
Which is fine.
He has a glimmer.
Glimmer Cape.
This Night Stalker is really going in. Stampede used, Night Stalker overextending. He should be dead here. Maybe not. Arrow coming out. Centaur might be dying instead. There's a Lifestealer in the enemy base. Dire just swarming Radiant.
The Radiant doesn't have. Where's Sven? Sven, no.
Sven just chilling in his own fountain.
No.
I think he just TP'd back.
I don't think Sven expected the fight to actually happen.
I mean, it's hard to expect. Sven
He took the top tier 2.
Took the T2.
Sven debating on whether to finish his MKB or save for buyback.
I mean,
Man.
you sell the wand and then buy the core style. And then you have both.
Night Stalker providing a buffer for his team to take racks here. They have the crest up, so very speedy Lifestealer now. And that's just one lane of racks down for the favor of the Dire. Just like that.
Yeah.
Hello.
All free. Also, we're casting.
What? Gamer moment?
Yes.
What?
Oh lord, this
feel
will
like
not
this
be
is a
just
Abyssal
you
Blade.
saying what 50,000 times.
I did.
Centaur's going Lotus.
I mean, he kind of needs it.
Yeah.
Are you looking at a 32?
He's gonna
I
get
mean,
it
Sven
at,
has
like,
his full
50
MKB up now,
minutes.
so
no, I'm not sure I like the MKB, but he kind
Quince
of
has his
needs
full
it.
pike up. Lena still not close to her ags.
Honestly,
Night
I
Stalker
think
has a
this-
10-second BKB now.
I think this Sven should have won Bloodborne.
And they have the full Abyssal up as well. That's a very early BKB on the Night Stalker. So, I mean, he's still trying to get this Clinks.
This is on the shrine. But he's
Alright,
also
Sven
very
BKB
bad.
getting Abyssal. That's just Lifestealer having a free fight here. Meanwhile, Mirana getting picked off by Centaur in the back.
Sven is disarmed.
Sven is not having a...
That was a
Good
very
time now,
good
dude.
wand by the Night Stalker hero.
Very, very close to dying.
Pops a 15 charge wand. He just lives. As it turns out.
I don't know, like this Centaur just doesn't really have impact with these jumps. Like, I don't even know where
why
he is.
I don't know why he has a Vanguard in a blade. Like, none of his items apart from Blink really good.
This Tinker's just
That's
going
the
to
point.
a lot of damage in all the fights. And with spam spells for free.
Alright, they forced the buyback from the Sven, so...
I mean, yeah, kind of needs to. Oh,
What do you
he's
want
have
to?
spawned. Well,
Actually,
RD2
we
all.
get 4 runes.
Oh.
Hex up for the Tinker now. So, as if this Sven's game wasn't already sad.
And
Yeah, this Sven out.
oh,
Sven.
he's out.
How did he get out?
Did the Tinker misclick? Or...
I think the Tinker, yeah, the Tinker didn't. Oh,
Because
wait.
he was hexed, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Sven lives, so
Game
That's a
isn't
work.
over.
he is. I'm just very unsure how Sven is supposed to do damage to this Lifestealer with this MKB. Like, I feel like you almost like go Bloodthorn.
I mean,
It's a lot more expensive, but this MKB doesn't do anything.
would you consider going like a Daedalus and just trying to kill everyone else, or...
I don't think so. Because if you don't kill this Lifestealer, he's just gonna kill your entire team.
I mean, if he goes like a Daedalus, there is a world in which he can just catch the Tinker in the back.
Daedalus is at least something.
We have Centaur going in, BKB popped by him. Sven BKB still on cooldown, getting Ice Path because of it. Bit unfortunate of a timing, but
Sven's
Blink's
getting
going
kited.
down.
very heavily.
Send are squishy.
Yeah, this Sven getting very kited.
He didn't have BKB to start the fight, so he was on cooldown like for 3 seconds. Yeah, that's pretty much GG. Sven dying. It's a dieback on
Clinks doesn't
him.
have buyback either.
Lich getting run down. Pretty much the story of the game.
Yeah, this game.
I think the Centaur actually really needed the pipe because the Clinks went for a late BKB. So now the Clinks, who should theoretically be able to just go on the Tinker, can't. It just gets blown up for magic damage.
I mean, this Clinks has no BKB and Radiant has no pipe, so
Yeah.
it really do be like that.
I hope they call it GG here.
And if they don't, they just go T4.
Please don't go Megas. Please don't go Megas.
No.
Oh no, why?
Are you ready for the throw, GD?
No, I'm ready for this game to go on for 15 more minutes while Dire still wins.
Sven is still dead for 60 seconds.
I would hope more for a throw, but
What?
yes.
So
Why are they hitting the shrine?
They need the shrine, dude.
Just go Mega. You can go get Megas while the Sven was dead for 60 more seconds and
Well,
then
they
go
can
get
do
the shrine.
Roche.
Wow.
The TD spawn. That means Roche is here.
Everyone on Dire is just super rich.
Wow.
They're up
AC up
18K
for
gold.
Lifestealer. Quince has his bots too. Chikiro has a 4-staff. Marana just has 4k gold. Probably
I was
can just right
looking.
click any
I was
item.
looking at the net worth chart, and I was like, "Wow, these Radiant supports are really rich." Then I realized that's a cliff.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Right, Lifestealer,
19K
or
gold buy.
Night Stalker bursted down, but that's just the Aegis. They put it on him instead of the Lifestealer because this Lifestealer just isn't
Yeah.
dying. Meanwhile, the Clinks is dying,
Yes.
and I mean, Night Stalker just right clicks heroes, and
No.
Sven has his BKB up, has his God Strength, but just not really being able to do anything here. And now Dire has to back because Lifestealer's half health.
now it's daytime.
Go infest a creep baby.
What?
You heard me.
Did you say go
See?
invest creep baby?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
That's what he did.
Alright, Sven
Like-
going in,
Or
he
like
gets the
calling
blink,
him a
he
baby.
catches the Tinker, but just
Zero's dead.
not
calling
enough
him a
damage on him. They're really running after this Tinker.
Alright, like I have to
Alright,
clear the
Sven
target
hacks.
for babies.
This is Night Stalker dead. No.
Oh, is this a 15 minutes?
Sven just
What?
can't do anything without his BKB.
What are you talking about?
What?
Is this at 15 minutes?
Yeah. No, it's going for another 15 minutes.
No.
Alright.
This Sven died again.
Yeah,
You
this should be
gave the last
GG.
time, JD.
Lifestealer's just running.
And they went for
Why-
another 5 minutes.
I mean, the game didn't literally end with all Sven was dead, so...
Yes.
Night Stalker dying, buying back. Okay, okay.
I mean, this Tinker should be dead, right?
I mean, it's
just kidding.
It's just the Centaur. Because this Link's didn't run that far.
I thought they would have heroes. I was incorrect.
That is
Alright.
worse than you.
GG's are coming out, so that is a 1-0 lead for the Dire. In this best of 3, I do believe.
Congratulations, Sev. Team
Wow.
Sev. Really pulling through.
Oh, it's actually said not Sieve.
I mean, it could be
Anyways.
Sieve.
Take a small break and probably be back for game 2 after to go get dinner. So I'll just throw it to the very catchy Chocobo music until then.
Real
Catchy
pepper
is a
groove.
strong word.
선택할 차례입니다.
The draft's up.
다이어 진영 금지 영웅을 선택할 차례입니다.
Already
금지
back for game
영웅을
two?
선택할 차례입니다.
I think so.
다이어 진영이 금지 영웅을 선택할 차례입니다.
Alright, just right off the top. Dire, who was Radiant last game, already banning out the Night Stalker, so
I mean, yeah, that's respectable.
I strongly agree with that ban. Night Stalker's a really good hero and kind of just
10초
ran over them
남았습니다.
last game.
레디언트 진영 금지 영웅을 선택할 차례입니다.
I mean, it ran over the lane, and this
다이어
Sven hero
진영이 영웅을 선택할
never really
차례입니다.
came back. So
did last pick have Radiant last game too, or
레디언트
No.
진영이 영웅을 선택.
last pick was Dire last game. It was the Tinker.
it's kind of weird.
He's
Anyways,
more
Dire
patient.
first picks Lena here.
Option for Lena, yeah.
Problem with the Sand King, it's probably the offlane hero. Now, do they go with the Marana again? I would assume they do, but
I'd assume they do.
I mean, it's a good hero.
다이어 진영이
And
영웅을 선택할
Sure enough,
차례입니다.
there's the Marana pick. Make sure my Chocobo music isn't playing still, and it isn't. Very nice, very nice.
Nice.
Alright.
Don't want that to happen again.
What do you guys think is the most important thing that NA's Last Hope should do to kind of change up the draft this game?
10초 남았습니다.
Not pick Sven.
Pick good hero.
Yes.
5초
I don't
남았습니다.
know. I think the Sven pick was very mediocre last game.
Yeah, pick more good hero. Pick less bad hero.
I don't know. I think if they pick Jug, that game goes a lot better.
다이어 진영이 금지 영웅을
Just when you pick Lich, you want this melee hero that can go in.
So if
And
they
they
go
won't
with an
really end up
Earthshaker,
레디언트 진영이
so one of these heroes
So-
선택할 차례입니다.
has to be a core, right?
They could run 5 Lena. I don't think it's like good, but they could do it.
Are you in charge of the decision? Yes. Does he
Could
see?
also, it could also be
think
mid Earthshaker.
I
10초
think
남았습니다.
it's more likely to be a position 3 Earthshaker, but
I really hope not, otherwise they have a loss. So
And I think 3 Shaker is fine if you see their carry first, but it's just really rough before that.
this could be a mid Lena.
that is a very true statement. I don't think it's.
Does mid does their mid player play Lena?
I mean, I assume so.
Here's the Wraith King banned out from the Dyers, so not wanting to have to deal with that. See if Radiant tries to ban a carry of their own.
다이어 진영이 금지 영웅을
You
선택할
really do
차례입니다.
not want NA's Last Hope playing Viper. I guess they just pick it a lot.
Let me go to their Dota buff.
Sure.
Hey Jay, did you see what's happening in your chat?
Do I
Maybe.
want to see what's happening in G's chat?
Yeah, they pick Viper 6 games, so
5초
Okay.
남았습니다.
Oh, farewell.
금지 영웅을 선택할 차례입니다.
Void gotten rid of by Dyers, so just banning out another carry.
Yeah, those are just good heroes. Limiting the carry pool really helped them last game, so. Or was it? I think it was Steve that banned those 2 heroes last game. But
5초
limiting carry
남았습니다.
pool is good, is my point.
Radiant taking a lot of time on this second phase ban. Alright, they decided to ban the Clinks out.
선택할 차례입니다.
It's all.
I'm not sure I like that ban.
I mean, it did give them a few issues in game 1, so
I don't know.
I think it felt like the Clinks just blew up to all the magic damage that they had.
I mean, it's probably just a comfort pick for their mid players. So
10초
I
남았습니다.
mean, I don't know if they would second phase it, but if you have a band to use, you don't want to use all your reserve time trying to think of some big brain
mean-
play.
There's no reason not to second phase it, right? Because you don't have last pick. You want to pick the hero you don't want to get banned in the second phase if your first pick. So
다이아 진영이 영웅을 선택. 수정의
Crystal Maiden.
Good hero, but it's probably going to be a safe lane support hero, so you probably have to pick like those really self-sufficient safe laner heroes.
연이 10초 남았습니다. 5초
Now, if you're
남았습니다.
Dire, you probably respond with your position 5. So, I think Abaddon could be value, but it's really rough with.
I almost feel like you pick your carry here if you're there.
영웅을 선택.
And they
Alright,
pick
they go
Jakiro,
Jakiro,
okay.
so.
Jagiro's a good hero, so I think I like it.
I don't know what Radiant's supposed to pick. Pick like Life Stealer?
Life Stealer is a good pick again.
10초 남았습니다.
He rages and has a good time.
5초 남았습니다.
The woke pick is Drow Ranger, but how about we don't?
Not everybody's a drow
can-
expert like you, Trujan.
What the fuck? Hello? They could pick Jug if they want to lose, but I'd recommend against it.
I mean, I think they just go Lifestealer
Life
here
Stealer's
again.
a safe pick.
I mean, yeah. I don't think there's any reason to not pick Lifestealer.
Maybe a Gyro if you want to.
I don't think Gyro is very good against these heroes.
I mean, I think if they don't pick Lifestealer, Dire just picks Lifestealer.
I mean, yes. That is how it works. I don't know
Whatever
why
the
they're
pick, they're putting a lot of time into it.
Like, what heroes could you be thinking about here?
Besides the obvious Life Stealer?
Yes.
I mean, it's really weird because you don't know if this Shaker is a 3 or not, so.
I mean, I don't think that really matters that much. Like, what offlaners are they gonna
다이아
pick?
진영이 영웅을
Lifestealer
Yeah, just go with the
because
Lifestealer.
금지 영웅을 선택할 차례.
Zeus.
Zeus?
Alright, Dire lost. Game's over.
I don't like this one.
Game's over, they can't win. Yeah, so it's probably a 3 shaker, I'd assume.
I mean, it's.
I
That
don't
is
know
indeed
why
easy
it's a
pick.
3 shaker.
10초
but,
남았습니다.
Why would
There's
you
a
pick
free shake?
Zeus into Life Stealer? I don't.
I mean, they snapped
남았습니다.
picked it, so I don't know.
I mean, you gotta be expecting the Lifestealer pick, so.
Maybe they
영웅을
know
선택할
something that we
차례입니다.
don't. I mean, I guess like it gives you vision of the Sand King.
영웅을 선택할 차례입니다.
It's good against their first 3 heroes.
They
Yeah,
banned
the Zeus
the
is pretty good at just
Water
blowing
Mama.
up their first 3
I mean, I don't know. Like, Marana can leap and hit the Nimbus, though, so.
That's a very good brood ban, I think.
I mean, yeah. Like, you can technically lane Shaker against Brood, but
10초 남았습니다.
not the
I mean,
best.
no.
I said technically.
Really can.
I mean, you'd rather lane Shaker than Zeus.
You just
mean-
do this thing where you like really switch
I
it
mean,
up.
yes.
I mean, it's like a 0.1 against a 0.2, but.
I mean, okay, hear me out. You run Lena core, Shaker support, you put Lena mid.
I
That's
mean,
honestly probably what you do.
I think Jakiro mid does best out of all those heroes.
I mean,
but
it does, but you're not running Jakiro cores.
what?
Or you could just have the Earthshaker mid.
I mean,
Shaker mid is not very good against blue.
spiders just don't take damage from the aftershock, so.
I mean, they do, but it's not very good.
레디언트 진영이 영웅을 선
Spectorial hero.
Oh, my Dota froze.
Spectre is not good against any Radiant hero, so
No, it's fine. I believe.
It is in
Spectre
fact
counters lifesteal.
bad against two of the heroes.
I mean, true gent, this is in fact a 3k MMR game though.
I mean, yes.
You've won Spectre games like this, I'm sure.
10초
I
남았습니다.
know.
What?
Maybe a year ago when she was broken,
남았습니다.
but not in current patch.
You just gotta believe, dude. Come on.
I mean, lifesteal
Trigger.
literally destroys Spectre at every point in the game. So.
Urgent, have you picked
영웅을
any
선택할 수
heroes
있습니다.
safe lane besides Lifestealer, Faceless Void, and Wraith King
Let's go
in the
check.
current patch?
Let's go
Anyway,
check.
Storm picked up by the Radiant. Storm against Zeus, very decent matchup for Storm. He just buys a stick.
Yeah, this is a
Can't
free
really
Storm game,
do
actually.
anything about it.
How
I
do
mean-
they stop the storm?
They don't. That's
We have a
why they-
Tricore on Dire of Spectre, Zeus, Shaker, so definitely be
Yes.
interesting to say the least.
It's questionable.
He can actually just ball lightning and dodge all their stuns.
Yes. And the only way he dies is if he gets fissured somehow, so. Go look for fun.
I guess like Yule's into like perfect LSA timing. And then
Oh,
they
the
change-
Radiant switched up their roles because they don't have a stand-in anymore, so...
Oh, that's funny.
Like, the Night Stalker was on Lifestealer. I think the Lifestealer last game was on Sand King now. The Jakira's on Marana, and now they're
Because they
position
didn't,
fives
they didn't
on
have that
Sand.
5 player. So.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think Dire's draft is very mediocre. So.
I think it's pretty bad.
I don't know how they kill anyone. Like, what? I guess you have Zeus, but
Your Spectre's lane against the Sand King isn't gonna be
Like-
great. So the Lifestealer is going to get the Midas Radiance first.
like ideally
And just snowball
you
from there.
like ideally you put all this farm into a Spectre, and the Spectre just wins you the game. But we're playing against Storm, Lifestealer, Sand, Moran.
Anyways, we have Funzo on the Lifestealer. Played the Night Stalker last game, now looking to carry his team to a victory. Wow, shout out to my mom and drink waters friend.
Incredible.
Gotta give
Love
a
to
shout
see.
out to hydration. Very important. We have
Alright.
Vex on the Sand King. We have Drayden on the Marana. Boopex on the Storm Spirit. And Saber on the CM. On your Dire Squad, we have Broteran on the position 5 Jakiro. Wolf on the position 3 Shaker, starting with Fissure. We have Jin on the position 4 Lena for the second straight game. We have Big Boy on the mid Zeus. And finally we have Zend on the Spectorial hero, trying to put the team on her back. Because truly, this game is literally just if Spectre does well or not. So
This is a rough one. Even if Spectre does well.
시작됩니다.
I don't think Spectre wins this game regardless.
I mean,
Honestly, like,
I think that's Dire's win con, but
I mean, Lifestealer literally just like kills Spectre.
so looking at it, Dire got 3 runes. So
Wow, okay, that's a good start. Pretty clean.
Alright,
not sure
Spectre
why
has a
Sand King
quelling
Marana
blade.
was afraid to go in against Spectre Jakiro, but
Spectre has her quelling blade. She's in the
I feel like worst case scenario, you just sandstorm that entire rune spot. But Dire does not start with any sentries in the top lane, surprisingly.
I
So
don't know what. Questionable. This,
Pulling up
why
the
this Marana's
last
trying
hit.
to fight the Jakiro.
the Sand King should go and pressure.
where's the kill lane this game? Is it bottom? Is
Lane
it
is
top?
bot lane.
I think it's top.
Probably.
It's not top.
I mean, top has a Marana, so I think that's the lane. There could be kills.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, never mind. Marana has the sperm arrow. There's no kills involved. If you get hit by the sperm arrow, you just have to uninstall Dota 2.
I feel attacked.
You
don't-
should.
What?
What, have you gotten hit by some arrow, Obi?
Probably something like.
Okay.
I like baseball. What can I say?
Okay.
See, I'm getting really low in the bottom lane, 1 hit away from dying.
I should play
Lifesteal are getting pretty bullied in this lane early on.
That's really good CS.
Yeah, Spectre getting pretty much every last hit. Yeah, I think she has all 12. Like, this game's looking really good for the Dire to start this game. Outside of Zeus getting a bit bad on mid, but I think that's just Storm having a lot of stick charges too. But Zeus does get a regen rune, so helps his game out a lot.
Spectre 16-0 on the CS right now. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
Spectre's having a pretty good time. I feel
I
like
mean,
the
Sand King
Spectre
can't
should
really
not be
deny
doing
that
this.
well as a hero.
I mean, I feel like if this Spectre goes up to get CS, they just like get hit by a bunch of sandstorm. Honestly.
And
Alright,
he's
Burst Blood
dead.
bottom on the Lina because of the Rotation by
It does
the
not
Marano.
count as first blood.
much.
Very important. actually. The game did not say first blood.
I
I don't
mean,
make the rules.
Because the creep got the last hit.
the gold allocated was first blood gold, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
What?
It was 276 shared, so
I mean, a normal kill is not going to be 276 this early.
can be.
I mean,
Wait,
anyways.
the game didn't
See him
say-
going down to Shaker. Lina doesn't. I mean, if they get the return kill on the Shaker, it's really good, but I don't.
Dead.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know what the plan is.
That's really rough for the Radiant. Like, that was a 2v3 engagement and they lost 2 heroes.
See, I told you bot was the kill lane, JD. You didn't believe me.
I mean, is Spectre
Why is
Jakiro
the-
gonna
why
kill
is
somebody?
Mirana dead?
Or is Mirana
This-
Sand King gonna kill somebody?
I mean, I said the lane with the Marana in it.
I don't believe you.
What? This Lina's going off though, like hitting another LSA on the Lifestealer.
This Luna is popping.
Meanwhile, mid is pretty Storm favored so far, but Zeus did get a couple runes. I don't think he's dead here.
He's not dead.
Maybe.
It's close.
He's running. He's
Ah.
running up.
He's dead.
So
I don't know why he went for that tango, but I
if he
mean,
runs straight, I don't
meanwhile, Spectre gets a kill on the Sand King. Looks like they have the sentry in place now to prevent him from just having a free lane. Sand King had a sentry, but I guess he got dewarded. Sand King going for the Veil Rush, has the Helm of Iron Will.
This
I like this helm purchase.
Sand King has no boots.
I mean, he can just get run down with this though, that's the issue.
I would
Ovi.
recommend him buy
okay.
boots.
He doesn't
5-minute
need
runes
boots.
coming out. There's a fight on the bottom, but very good fissure block off. So, looks like Radiant get 3 and Dire just get the 1.
Like, he has 6
I-
legs. Who needs boots?
Yeah. The Storm gets a double water refill pretty much, so he's back up to full.
I feel like if you die as Sand King, just buy a sentry.
Lifestealer using Rage to go on Earthshaker, but not much coming from it. Just takes a bunch of Lina auto attacks. You have CM rotating mid. Probably debating on whether this is the play.
This Lifestealer has 9 seals.
Yeah, it's a super rough time.
Really rough for our boy.
I mean, it was a really good prediction by the Radiant knowing they're gonna pick Life, or Dire knowing they're gonna pick Lifestealer.
I mean, yeah.
Well, it looks like they got the kill mid. See, I'm rotating in, and Storm just level 6. Didn't even have to use his stick charges.
That is not worth it.
It might be worth.
His buyback is 252 and he got 275. I mean, it's technically worth it.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
it's
to me.
actually worth it.
I mean,
If he dies any time in the next 5 minutes, it's not going to be worth it.
I think
I'll tell you that.
It's
CM,
fine.
I think CM like respawning in that 5 seconds. I don't know. But
If
Trujan,
this
he
Zeus-
has the kill number, dude. You don't understand.
If Zeus dies within the next like 5 minutes, that kill
Did you
will.
see that Reddit post I sent you about the player who went from like 2500 MMR to 500?
You posted that in voice.
Yes, and you decided to at me after you posted that picture.
It's a forewarning, Obi. It's the track you're going on.
Oh no.
I mean, in 2 years, I probably won't still be playing Dota, so
I'm sure you said that 2 years
What
ago.
are you playing that? League of
I did
Legends.
not say that 2 years ago.
You
No.
definitely said that 2 years ago.
I
So
definitely
Arcane
did
boots
not
up for the Earthshaker. We have
lie,
Zeus
slander.
pretty low on farm. But
Oh yeah, Obi. How old are you? 30?
Me? I'm 21.
Oh.
we have a
How's the CM not going?
try on tri lane. Storm jumping in. Earthshaker may be
dead.
dying, but very nice LSA by the Lina.
Stealer's dead.
Lifestealer traded up for Earthshaker, but this Lina should be dead as well. Yeah, just probably being.
You didn't catch the boy, catch the man.
Hero's dead?
No, Jakiro's.
Hero's not
They
dead.
have no followers.
It's a lot of space for the Zeus in the mid lane, but they did lose.
The Spectre has 46 CS at Amos, so
Yeah, this Spectre is having a
Looking
very
pretty
solid
clean.
game. I was kind of worried with the Spectre against the Sand King, but the Sand King is not taking advantage of it at all. Like, he has a Veil in the Sand King, but
honestly, it's not even
Sand
that
has more
bad
use.
of a matchup
Spectre.
for Spectre. It's more just if it's a 2v2. In a 1v1, it's like
The Sand King is sitting at 52 last hits, and the Spectre's sitting at 50. So
I mean,
they're
yes,
both
but the
pretty
Spectre
even.
doesn't have an AoE farming tool.
yes.
She has
I mean,
dagger.
they do,
I mean,
but it's
Yeah.
not very good.
Oh, she can buy Valkyrie.
she has an AoE farming like small tool, but
It's
Oh,
not
Jesus.
Sandstorm, so
surprised she didn't go for like an early Ring of Health or something. Like, even though it doesn't necessarily build into anything, I think just having maybe even an early hold on Spectre this game would have been nice.
it is very good on Spectre this game.
Like, yeah, you don't finish the pipe, but a lot
I
of
think you
value
just buy the
EHP.
hood. Like, I think Phase Hood Radiance is very good this game. Considering how much farm she's going.
Three
So you're
heroes
not gonna
bottom.
die.
Just a try
Like,
be
you
try
don't-
bottom.
Like, if you don't have Hood, you just get jumped on by Storm when you're farming.
The very nice rage by Lifestealer should be picking up this kill. So not that much gold for him, surprisingly, but I think that's just because they're technically ahead in gold. Even though the Lina has 3 kills.
Thank you, Valve.
This bottom lane's just the battle lane. Everyone's just battling back and forth.
No, this.
Oh, I feel like if you're
Lifesteal's
Sand King, you
bottom.
need to drag this Spectre's. Alright, he's dragging the wave.
And he has been dragging the waves, it's just he hasn't been able to because of the rotations.
I mean, he didn't drag the wave creep there, so.
Yeah.
Is he gonna burrow for the rune? Yep. So, Radiant getting 3 runes, bottom still being the battle lane. Oh, see, I'm barely jumping into that ice path. I mean, this is just the issue with Radiant having. I did not see that burrow strike, it did not happen.
I believe you.
Storm jumping in. This should be a very dead Lina. Catching the arrow as well. Earthshaker soon to follow. The Storm making a lot of rotation. Is Zeus. Oh, Zeus died to God knows what. Wait, what did Zeus die to?
Zeus died to getting arrowed.
Oh, Zeus was just dead for 5 minutes. Because he bought back.
Yeah.
I didn't even see the
Zeus
kill.
got arrowed at the start of the fight and then got jumped on by Storm. So he did.
That's a big swing. And now it's Storm top lane as well. Storm just
You know what I-
everywhere in this game.
You know what I said 5 minutes ago about if the Zeus dies within the next 5 minutes, that kill will not be worth? Well, he died within 5 minutes, so
It's still worth it.
kill
It's fine.
not worth.
Well, he has a kill next to his name, so it's worth it.
This Lifestealer is
Very
in. Lifestealer is out.
This lifestealer doesn't have a stick, so
This Lifestealer doesn't
I
have a
don't know what
lot
he's
of
doing.
things.
He doesn't need a stick. That's a support item.
he needs like a wand and like a
The Sand
brace.
King almost has a blink.
Very good. Next.
But I mean, if you look at the comparison of farm, it's like this Sand King has the most farm on his team. Lifestealer has the third most, so this game's just on Sand King.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Dire, the Spectre has the most farm.
Yeah, Sand King's the AoE farming carry.
I think,
This
like,
is where
it's easy
Sand
to
King
say
just
in
goes
hindsight.
Radiance.
but I think at some point you needed to move lifestealer top. Like when she says a 1v1, it's like lifestealer does pretty well in that matchup. But obviously if you TP, it's like they just TP away. So.
Well, yeah, because I mean, who's gonna provide more in a battle lane? A Sand King with a Veil, or a Lifestealer with Phase Boots?
Yeah, pretty much.
Crystal Maiden is in. And now
And Crystal
she's
Maiden's
out.
just out.
That was a very ambitious TP, but I respect it. Spectre, you need to kill the small creature. Spectre, dude. Oh, okay.
Why did he not buy a stick versus Earthshaker?
Yes.
Hey, he's trying his best.
Spectre
Please
is
understand.
going-
Earthshaker is
Spectre is going some kind of Yasha item.
It's a Yasha and Yasha.
I don't know
Well,
what.
it could be a
Yasha
diffusal.
item. I don't think it's a diffusal. Diffusal would be very questionable.
중국 포탑이
You know, his Blink Sand King is up, so
Do you think it's...
I don't know, you need a manta in this game.
if you look at the net worth, yeah, Storm is number 1 and Sand King is number 2. The Storm has been balling out of control. He's 7-0 and 2. He has the Kaya already up.
This Lifestealer's gonna have a lot of space to come back, so...
Lifestealer has his Midas on the courier, about to sending it out. Earthshaker has a blink as well. I don't think he had it for the last deco, so both teams with their offlaners having a blink. Alright, Sand King showing his dominance.
He's marking
Farming
his
right
turret.
next to his Lifestealer. Very nice, very nice.
What item do you
Taking
guys think
you're
Storm
taking the
goes
big
for?
creep from his Lifestealer. Very nice, very nice. What item do you go what?
Storm?
What item do you think Storm goes for next?
Orchid.
After
Orchid
Sky?
probably.
I mean, if you go Orchid, there's literally nothing Dai
I
can do
mean,
to stop
you
you.
either
from
go
killing
Orchid or you go Yule, so.
You just zip on the Zeus and then he's dead, right?
레디언트의 중국
Yes.
포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
I don't know. If the Spectre goes Yasha, I think they need to go Radiance afterwards. I don't think you win this game if you don't go Radiance.
I mean, I don't like the Shaker Blink as an offlane Shaker, honestly. I think you need to go Ags as offlane Shaker.
I think Blink is fine if you're like actually going. He's had it for 2 minutes
공격받고
and there's been
있습니다.
no fights. So
Mirana DC again.
What?
Nice.
No, it's CM.
Oh, it's Saber Season.
Hope he has no eyes.
he has no eyes and he must see.
Alright, alright. CM having Arcane Aura max at level 7.
I mean, it's something.
You love to see it. Storm loves to see it. Sand King
I'm a
loves
big
to see
Trujan, I'm a big fan of the Marana in this game, playing with 7-Eye yesterday and then just taking our CM Storm draft. Very nice.
That's
A+.
pretty
Top tier content.
funny. You really love to see it.
I mean, if it works, it works. I mean, this Storm's going off. He just kills a
That
Spectre,
Storm.
buy the tier 3.
It's popping.
You can't argue with the results.
Yeah. This Mirana's going Greaves. Okay, okay.
Ooh, Zeus with the pump fake.
공격받고 있습니다.
I don't know why.
Because Lifestealer rage.
Ooh.
Why does this Lifestealer not have a wand?
If that Lina would have hit Lifestealer with that Dragon Slave, that would have been a
Yeah.
dead Lifestealer to Thunder God's Wrath.
I think they just didn't see him.
Oh
It was
yeah.
too late. Spectre.
레디언트의 하부 포탑이
She just
공격받고
didn't.
있습니다.
I think you can
레디언트의 하부 포탑이
definitely
Just
kill that.
wants to
lifestealer.
the one that.
I mean,
Oh,
if the
Steam
Spectre
Link.
waits for open wounds, okay, they'll CM dead. Sure. If you wait for open wounds on the illusion and you haunt the illusion,
공격받고 있습니다.
it removes the open wounds, so you can definitely kill him there.
Lifestealer has his Midas, 1200 Radiance. Sand King going Pipe. So, very good item. Not going Arcane Boots. Very nice, very nice.
JD loves to see it personally.
I mean, he also has a CM on his team, so if he's going Arc Boots, then
Versus phase boots.
I mean, I don't think Phase Boots are super good this game on Sand King, honestly.
Phase Boots literally has, like, okay, Dire has one right clicker and most of the damage is pure, so. Good luck.
I mean, just having Veil gives you enough armor. Storm with a big jump in. They have Echo on Earthshaker if they can chain it for the Storm. They don't even need it, they just blow him up. Very ambitious by the Storm. That's an 8 streak going to the Lina.
You remember when we said that the storm only gets stunned?
He only dies if he gets fissioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, he should be able to ball lightning to dodge all their stuns.
I mean, yeah.
Well, if he just
I mean,
is
they
into
have-
their stun.
They have an Ether Lens LSA now, so. Alright, big. Burrow.
Big
combo.
That's a big epic, big echo.
Echo. Oh.
Alright, combos on combos.
There's a lot of ultimates being
A lot of
cast.
big bigs.
공격받고 있습니다.
Meanwhile, Lifestealer
Meanwhile,
just
in the rice field.
hitting the farm button.
9 times combo
레디언트의
champ.
포탑이 강화되었습니다. 레디언트의 중부 포탑이
I mean,
He's farming
in
away
that
in the
whole
rice fields.
in that whole post-Storm Death engagement, I think Radiant wins just because Spectre dies, so.
Yeah, I think
레디언트의
so.
중부 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Like, all of Dire's lead is on Lina right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't even think Dire's really ahead.
I mean, no, because it's all
다이어의
Lina.
하부 포탑이
Like,
공격받고
Radiant have the top
있습니다.
3 net worth heroes.
This lifesteal has really come back. Look at the-
He's doing.
I mean, he just hits
He's
the farm
fast.
button, Trujan.
He's chilling. I've never hit the farm button in my life, actually.
Trujant, you don't know how to do anything but farm.
Oh, my bad. This lifestealer should really
다이어의
use
상부 포탑이
infest.
공격받고 있습니다.
Zeus
Oh,
has
I'm
his ether up going Ags, I think.
다이어의 상부
I think he really needs a force on Zeus, but we'll see.
I mean, I don't think a force really helps much.
I mean, to get out of
If
Sandstorm,
anything-
to get away from open wounds, to get away from
I feel
Frostbite.
like if you're close enough to a lifesteal to get open wounds, the force isn't really gonna save them.
I mean, he can also
big
save.
brain
He can also
punches.
save a teammate with
The big brain punch is fine Glimmercade, but that might be too big.
모습을 감춰
it. Alright, Haunt used after Earthshaker dying.
다이어의 상부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Yeah, Radiant still sticking around, maybe trying to
Yeah.
position for a fight around. Storm jumping in, grabbing the Lina. It's a very solid arrow combo in the back.
Storm ball lightning to dodge their stun. Nice.
This is a 3-for-1 fight so far. Looking like a 4-for-1 if you can get off this last right click on Jakiro. They're going after the Spectre. They should be able to get.
The Spectre is dead.
Yeah.
Save the epi for the end. Alrighty.
I mean, that's just a
Flat
white.
man white.
Yeah,
And they should get 4 runes off of it.
I think that's very good. I was gonna say game, but I'm not sure it's game. Pretty
I mean,
close.
Steeler has relic gold now.
공격받고 있습니다.
Trujan, they're 1 tower down, about to be 2. I don't think it's game yet.
I mean,
Just because you would call GG here doesn't mean it's game, Trujan.
what the fuck?
파괴되었습니다.
Hello?
Real
Oh.
talk.
That's a 4k gold swing, GD. Hello?
다이어의
Wow,
상부 포탑이
4,000
공격받고
whole
있습니다.
gold.
4,000? What the
They
fuck?
should just give up now, is what you're saying.
They should. Like what?
Earthshaker going Vanguard.
Right, Spectre's going to Fusel, they lost. Game's over. They can't win.
Spectre, Yashin, the Diffusal. Marana has Mech up. Storm has Orchid up, so pretty much just get pickoffs on anyone not named Spectre. I guess maybe Shaker might be difficult, but 1600 health is a lot. Plus the 14 regen.
The Spectre.
Spectre getting a kill on the CM.
Kills the CM.
Did CM have TP up? Looks like she didn't. And Spectre getting Burrow.
Spectre is very alive.
I wouldn't say very alive, but technically.
I mean, if you're
She's still
Storm
tanking
here, you have to be. To be like, can I get that? And he's like, oh, I remember what happened earlier.
Yeah.
I told you about like the Sand King trick where, like, if you can blink like far enough in, you want to Sandstorm and then Burrow Strike because then there'll be Sandstorm for the entire duration.
Yeah.
Yes. Efficiency.
But at the same time, you can't do it every time, obviously, because if they can react right away, then it's harder to get a Burrow off. Alright, Storm, a long jump mid.
Storm's going in.
He's looking for
Not
me.
sure why?
Lifestealer very low, has his relic. Storm probably dies there if he could sit by that LSA, so.
Very interesting
I
ball.
need to
lately.
sleep at night.
Alright, they have the Radiance Gold, but they're smoking without the Radiance.
Radiant are scanning.
This Arcane Rune on Storm could be big.
Alright, Zeus is very dead. Just getting hit by Burrow into Arrow. Jakiro may be dead as well.
다이어의 중복 포탑이
Yeah, he's dead. Just no hope for him. Jakiro going Atos, by the way, so he's pretty tanky for support, but just a lot of damage on the Storm and Lifestealer at this point.
다이어의 중복 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Hey, Shaker has his Vanguard up going Shadow Blade, still very far away. Diffusal up for Spectre and Haunt whenever she wants it.
What does this Vanguard do?
I mean, it protects against like Lifestealer auto attacks.
That does not answer my question.
What? I told you what it does.
That's what the item does. Or what does it do?
What?
Those are two different questions, dude. This is what you need to understand. Slave Stealer should not be tanking tower. Okay, that was an incredible Sandstorm Blade.
Haunt up. A fight going on.
Slave Stealer should be dead.
CM dying. Dara used pretty much all their spells. Radiant still have Epicenter. Meanwhile, Shaker kills the. Alright, there's just fights everywhere. Dara have protection for the Sand King, so he might be dead here. Never mind. Sand King Pipe doing a lot of work here. Sand King just pretty much juking them at this point. Spectre's still on the chase. Sand King does not have a blink, or Sand King does not have a TP, so he might still be going down here. Spectre does not have protection. Lena has it on
Dust did
cooldown,
not
30
hit.
seconds, but she didn't hit it. Sand King just chilling, claritying up, trying to get mana for Burrow. Meanwhile, 25-minute runes. Spectre staying bottom way too long.
Yeah.
Gonna get caught out here. I don't know why she stayed there after. Like, they knew the Sand King was there, and they had to figure someone's gonna help him out, right?
I mean, you'd think.
Spectre going Manta after the Diffusal, but it's gonna be pushed back a bit by that death. Sand King going hard after Pipe, so looks like he just wants to tank up a lot and pretty much be unkillable in these fights.
다이어의
What item do you go for on Lifestealer?
Probably AC.
다이어의 하부 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Like, if you just get the plate mill now, it's really hard to kill him unless they just stun lock him. Which, I mean, obviously is their plan, but... Maybe you go, like, Sange here. Because Sange protects a lot more against their stuns and magic damage than a plate mill does. Like, Sange into Halberd, I think, is super value. Because the Halberd gives you a lot more bonus strength, and getting that 16% status res is very important. Alright, Jikiro getting arrowed. Dire using both their globals. Very nice Yules by the Lina interrupting the epicenter. Senking looking to go down here. Alright, he just gets blown up by that Laguna Blade. Miranda does not have a leap charge up, looking to be going down as well. CM died at the start of the fight.
Radiant is just getting picked up, but they are getting buildings, so it's something.
I mean, they're making space for their other three heroes. It's just... Alright, Storm and Earthshaker tangling a bit. Looks like Earthshaker will go down. Maybe he gets, like, a fissure off. He has Echo, but... Alright, Storm pretty low on mana. Dire are rotating in, but...
Yeah, this Shaker is very tanky, actually. I guess that's what the Vanguard does. Really got
He
me.
survived only because of that Vanguard, True Gen, please understand.
That's what I said. Hello? Are you gonna bully?
Shaker very close to his Shadow Blade, so we'll be able to get in a little bit better in pick-off range. Shakira almost has his Atos. Lifestealer's saving up a lot of gold. Sanking has an Atos of his own, deciding to go that instead of the Heart. Marana almost grieves up at this point. Storm going Bloodstone this late. Not necessarily a fan, but if you can snowball off of it, I'm sure it's fine. Spectre getting gone on the mid lane. And she's just dead.
Down.
Just 5 years converging upon her. She has buyback and haunt in 20, but looks like they might just have to give up this tier 2, or they're hunting. Earthshaker getting hit as well, so that's just 2 floors down. And Lifestealer just running at 3 heroes mid.
Massive Pitus. That's all I have to contribute.
And Lifestealer has a Basher, so choosing more to go an offensive route instead of a defensive. CM has her Glimmer up. CM going the mana cost reduction ore instead of the GPM, so helping your Storm out a lot.
다이어의 중부 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
And if this game ends in the next 10 minutes, it's a better talent, but we'll see.
I'm not sure.
And it's gonna be really hard for Radiant to push high ground unless there's like a team wipe. Because Lifestealer doesn't have like any sort of building push items yet anyways.
Rana just finished up the Guardian Greaves.
Dire are scanning.
They also don't really have a lot of minus armor for Roshan either. Or any really. Like you can Orchid him, but
Yeah, I
not-
don't know how Radiant wins
yeah,
the game.
I don't think Dire is in a position where they can really contest Roshan.
oh yeah, I'm just saying it's gonna be a. I mean they can with Echo.
Works out well.
They can with Echo, Haunt, Nimbus, Macrophyre.
Oh yeah, they have the Ags up on Zeus now too, so
Yeah.
if you're Shaker and you have this Shadow Blade, you can pretty much hunt. Because they can kill Storm with like double Zeus plus Shaker combo. Or they can go for the Sand King.
They have to use Echo for that.
They haunted for the CM, so that's 2 heroes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, we have Lifesteal just going at the Spectre. Doesn't look like either of them will die unless Spectre just, I mean, Lifesteal getting turned on. There's 3 TPs there. Lifesteal just going down. Good bait by the Spectre. Getting pretty low, but they're able to pick off Lifestealer after he gets a bit too greedy on that. I mean, as soon as Radiant gets a decent sized lead, it's cut down from like 10,500 to 8,000 pretty much right away.
Yeah. I don't know. Radiant's just kind of walking into the Dire team and go like, oh, guess we'll die. Like a.
Alright, Dire smoking up. They don't
Going for
have
the
vision,
Marauders.
but they figure since Lifestealer's dead, they do catch a Mirana. Atos going out. Nimbus as well.
Greaves really.
As the
Open
Greaves
up
and Triple
that.
Haunt, and that smoking's just over.
공격받고 있습니다. 레디언트의 구조물이
Alright, Storm going on the Jakiro. He's pretty tanky with that Glimmer Cape, but he should be going down. Yeah. Epicenter killing the Earthshaker. Very nice from the Sand King. I mean, now it's Dire's turn to pretty much run into the
Yeah.
Radiant team.
This Sand King has an Atos.
I mean, it's a pretty good catch.
It is, but it's certainly something.
I think it's better than him going the heart, personally, but yeah, that's just 4 down for Dire. I mean, you fight into a shrine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't back up after not getting the Mirana kill, and it really hurt them just because Radiant respawned at that time. I mean, it's just awkward because there's so many points to where Radiant can attack. Like, they still have this tier 1 top, they have the tier 2, they have the shrine, they have Storm zipping in from across the map. And that might just be a... Wow, Zeus getting jumped in the back line, that's a Spectre buyback and Haunt having to be used on that.
That Macropyre is
Greaves healing up everyone, and yeah, this might just be a Spectre dieback.
just gay.
Very nice Echo. Looks like Spectre might live this. Never mind.
Alright.
It was a nice Echo, but yeah, that's just game at this point. Very nice showing from the Radiant team.
Said that fight wasn't game.
What?
I know these games.
What? I said no such thing.
Yes, you do.
Anyways, congratulations to your Div 5 mini champions.
Your boys Sieve. They really
Yeah.
pulled through for us on this one.
Funzo, Vex, Drayden, Boopex, and Saber.
Your boy Boopex really popped off on this game, honestly. You
Drayden
love to see
stealing the Storm CM strats. Very nice, very nice.
the very hidden strats, by the way.
Classic.
See if we can
Storm CM.
organize a
Never
winners
seen football.
interview.
You love to see it.
Alright, I'm just gonna call the person, try to get a winners interview.
Wow.
Winners interview. Question mark. If he doesn't respond in like 2 minutes, I'll just turn off the stream. Alright, I'm just gonna Discord call him, so... Unless you guys had questions, but you probably don't, because...
Nah, I don't.
No, not really.
Alright, I'll just direct call them. And as we wait for that, pull up this game 1, so you can go over that first.
What's up, JD?
And I'm here with Div 5 mini champion and resident Jakiro feeder Drayden.
Yep, it's my special move. Dying for those bounty rings.
Very nice feed in game 1, allowing your lifestealer to free farm.
Dude, I was actually getting hella aggravated in that lane.
I mean, yeah, it's just gonna happen.
I'm like trying to fucking stack and pull and shit.
You just have Lena on you and then Centaur
Lena.
on you.
Centaur griefing me.
One sec, I accidentally unplugged my headset. Gotta replug it back in.
But yeah, I just had to sit around, make space for Lifestealer until he could survive on his own. And I just left the lane and went stacked for my Tinker player.
Yeah, I mean, your Tinker went off those games.
Yeah, Boopsy is a fucking god mid player, honestly. This guy's insane. He like carry this every game.
I mean, yeah, you just gotta play around those players at that point. Yeah, as far as game 1 goes, it looks like you guys had a really good start and then kind of tapered off a bit because it was really hard to start fights with Tinker.
I mean, yeah, we just needed to wait for Tinker's farm essentially. Like we had some bad pushes on that bottom tier 2. Because we weren't really communicating that well, but in the end we were just creating enough space, and eventually Tinker gets Scythe, and then insta-hexes their entire team, and it's kind of game over.
Yeah, with the power of very rigged stand-in Jorv. Very nice, very nice.
Pog player, 700 MMR less, but still did way better than Saber did. So
He's 700 MMR less than Saber?
yeah, Saber's 4K flat, and Jorv's like 33.
How did the 4K support fall to Div 5?
I
I guess Saber might not have been 4K during Div 4
no,
mini
he was
draft.
he was 4K on the sheet. He was the first pick in Div 5.
Huh, that's really weird.
Once
Was
they
he
got
like
the
just a
lock.
core player? Or?
No, he's pretty well. He's like almost exclusively a support player. He plays in like
That's super weird. I don't know why he didn't get picked up in Div 4 then. Especially with all the garbage supports in Div 4. And garbage cores too, but I mean, that's a different story.
I think people just don't really know him. He mostly just plays with like his stack. And they play like battle cups and stuff. He doesn't play like a ton.
Yeah, I kind of feared for the Night Stalker at some points in game 1 because like he'd rushed an Ags, but he didn't really have the mana regen to sustain it, and like Sven was catching up at that point. I think one interesting thing was the BKB on the Centaur in that game 1 instead of a pipe.
Yeah, pipe would have been really, really good for them, to be honest. We couldn't believe that they didn't go for it, especially since pipe is like broken right now. Like you're supposed to build it every game.
I mean,
it was
especially
pretty
against a Tinker type lineup. Like you have
Yeah.
Tinker, you have Jakiro, you even have the Marana dealing a decent amount of magic damage.
No, but that's how Div 5B, you know. It's just a bunch of aping around.
Yeah, I noticed when the Sven died back and was dead for like 120 seconds, and you guys like took one set of racks and then took the shrine instead of just ending the game.
Yeah, Funzo didn't feel like he just didn't want us to throw, so he called us off. The rest of us wanted to push, but yeah, you gotta respect.
I'm just glad it
all-
didn't go 15 more minutes at that point.
Yeah.
Anyways, on to game 2, if I can actually find... Alright, I'll just look on Dota Buff, because the game is not letting me see it, because I went back for game 1. Yeah, game 2 I saw that like you had a lot of role swaps due to like did Funzo just want to play Lifestealer that game or?
Vex is our Sand King player. Funzo doesn't really play it.
So he's just not your off lane. He's just the Sand King player.
Yeah, we were actually considering.
It's funny because we play Vex this week in rd2l.
Yeah. We were actually considering for a while putting me mid and 15 picking me Viper, but
Yeah, I saw you guys banned Viper both games.
yeah, their mid plays it, so it's annoying. We didn't really feel like dealing with it, but yeah, we ended up deciding we were actually originally we were gonna put me carry, but then they banned my one carry hero, which is Wraith King, so we ended up putting me on the Marana, and it went not too bad. My arrows were reasonable. I hit like that one good one on Zeus. Like that was basically all I needed to do for the whole game.
Yeah, that one where it was the Zeus dieback, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He was
had bought
just dead
back,
for forever. Like he
had
bought back to
back
kill the
on
CM.
Saber. Yeah, and then I
Which-
just sniped him.
I mean, gold-wise, it wasn't worth for that buyback, but he got the kill. I mean, that is a number in the kill column. US Danny asks, can you ask Drayden if he'll win next mini playing mid, smiley face.
Only if you're on my team, Danny. I need you to play my carry so you can make enough space for me. So that's what I need to win as a mid laner.
Alright, on to game 2, and the enemy team had a very weird draft, even in the first phase. Like, did you know the Shaker was going to be pause 3 right off the bat?
We did not.
Or was it
we
just kind of like a really weird situation?
Yeah, we didn't really know what they were up to be honest. Up until the Zeus pick. Once they picked the Zeus, we basically figured it out that it was Shaker 3. But it didn't really affect our draft too much. Like, whoever ended up between Lena, Jakiro, and Earthshaker being the 3, like, it didn't... Lifestealer just shits on all of them, so...
I was pretty worried early on, despite their team having a significantly worse draft, but... Like, their Spectre had pretty much perfect CS after 3-4 waves, and your Sven was getting... Or your Lifestealer was getting pretty much roasted in that bottom lane because you only had the CM support. Like, Jin went really off on the Lena for the first few minutes.
Jin was screwing me over in the lane again. Fucking can't avoid this Lena. But we made the call to bring me bot, and then I got the kill on the Earthshaker, and that really opened up the bot lane a little more so we could take fights with me down there. Yeah, we just needed to keep pressure off of Boopsy essentially, because he was kind of shitting on the Zeus the whole time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I saw you took the Storm CM combo from yesterday and you just pulled it into today.
Indeed, the infinite mana.
I mean, the results speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Even Sand King, like, it's a lot of mana on him because Sand King doesn't have to go arc boots.
Yeah, it was good. He could just rush his blink, and then we could set up for my arrows really early. So we were able to.
I was a bit worried because a lot of your farm was on the Sand King instead of on the Lifestealer, but
yeah, Funzo doesn't really play one, as you can tell, when he
Yeah.
chooses to fucking dive tier 2s instead of hitting creeps, but it was fine. Boopsy was always gonna just carry us, so we could ape around as much as we want, and Boopsy would just save us. It's basically how the entire lower bracket has gone. Once we swapped Boopsy to the mid, he's just been basically destroying every game.
did you guys play this team earlier in the season, or?
I don't believe so, no. This was our first time playing them.
Because
They
I
were
know,
in,
like, you guys lost to Oh Boy's team, and Oh Boy's team lost to this team, so...
Yeah, and then we beat Oh Boy's team last week in the lower bracket finals.
Yeah.
Fucking wreck, Danny. But
So,
Yeah.
I mean, those are the 3 best teams, so...
yeah, like it took us a while to find the best lane setup because we're all pretty flexible gamers. Like we all play a lot of the roles, so it took us a while to find the right configuration. But once we did, we basically haven't dropped a game. So yeah, I think we actually 2-0'd the entire way through the lower bracket.
I mean, yeah, you pick these solid heroes, and the enemy team
Yeah.
just picks this Zeus, Spectre, Earthshaker tricore.
Yeah, that was really weird.
I mean, it's just a weird Spectre pick. Like, I don't feel like Spectre is decent against any of your heroes, really.
Yeah, like
Like, CM,
we just
maybe, but
we just
just
felt as long
CM.
as we ran at them, even if the fights maybe didn't always go great, as long as the Spectre is like not farming, this game is basically going to be very difficult for them to win. So we just need to keep the pressure up, keep aping around, smoking, moonlight shadowing into their jungle and shit, and it all worked out in the end. So yeah, it was a really great season. I had a lot of fun playing with the boys. It was a good times.
Ever since you got drafted to rd2l main, your mini season has just been 2-0s.
That
And your
is
main
true.
season has just been
That is-
2-0s.
That is true. And my CDL season, bro. Ever since Danny beat me in that mid lane, bro, I've been on a tear. That shit ignited a fire in me. I'm
Jordan,
going for 5K.
Jordan hitting his peak. Maybe getting too cocky, we'll see.
My power level, it's just growing exponentially. There's no telling where it'll stop.
I mean, you're laning against Vex this week, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
I will probably feed, but it's
I mean,
gonna
we're
be
banning
fine.
Sand King, so
Maybe not then. It's by far and away his best offlaner, I think.
I mean, yeah, thanks for coming on, though. I don't want to make this like
Yeah.
a super long interview because, I mean, it's
My pleasure.
It's a mini
Thanks
season.
for streaming the game, casting the games. It was
yeah, they're a bit disorganized, but we tried our best. Tried not to flame too much. Tried to keep it a bit more organized than just a weird roast session. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's Div 5 mini.
was Seb casting
No,
with
Seb
you?
was busy with something, so I casted with like a couple of my friends who are like 2K and 3K. So they're in the
Nice.
Div 5 mini mood already with that MMR.
Hog.
So
Hog. Div 5 god gamers all around.
I
That's
mean,
pretty
hey,
epic.
you have one more mini championship than I do, so I got last
Yeah.
place Div 4 this season and second place another season. So
Yeah, I lost in the Div 4 mini finals last season, so it was good to come back this year and get some revenge. Finally break my losing streak in the playoffs.
all right, well, any shoutouts or callouts before I let you go?
And I just want to shout out the whole team. Funzo, Saber, Boopsy, Vex. They're all epic guys. I love shit posting around with them in Discord, and they were just really fun to play with the whole season. So yeah, that's all I got.
Any callouts?
That's it.
Not even a certain callout.
I think I flamed Danny enough for one day.
All right, well, thanks for coming on, and I'll see you when we probably play some pubs this week or something.
Yeah, see you around.
All right, later. And that'll about do it. Congrats to Funzo's team for winning Div 5 Mini. Just gonna throw up my stream end screen, and that's it. Thanks for watching.